Welcome back to the Pink Elephant, guys. I am Shanae, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I really believe you might like it here. I hope you do. But anyway, if you are following me on social media, thank you. If you're not already following me, please go over to Instagram and TikTok at the Pink Elephant _ by Shanae. I will be happy to have you, and of course I will follow you back. All right, so I want to get into a couple things because first of all, it's raining here in Charleston, so I'm snuggling and cuddling as I go over today's podcast with you, but it is definitely hot outside. Okay, it's hot. All right, so this weekend I attended a wedding. My husband was in a wedding in Columbia, South Carolina. And it was an amazing time. Like, my husband's, he played football in college, and he's also in a fraternity. So he has a lot of friends. So that was an amazing weekend. So that was that. But I wanted to talk in depth. I went on TikTok, I went on Instagram, and I shared that I have been designing. And my latest design obsession has led me to create tote bags. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, you can't see the totes, but if you go over to my Instagram, there you go. There's a reason to get over there. Go over to my Instagram and click on some of my reels, and you'll check out the bags. But for those of you who are watching, this is the tote bag that I created. It is a black girl tote bag. It's an ode to us. It's picture perfect is what I call it. It is a vintage frame surrounding a black girl with a red lip. I love a red lip. And then also the second tote that I created was just my fly girl, right? Just my fly girl. So anyway, I am absolutely enjoying the process of designing. I'm like obsessed with it. As a matter of fact, it has sparked a certain level of energy in me that I never knew existed at this point in my life. So I'm so happy about where God is taking me. But let me do a quick check, and then I'm going to jump into the discussion for today. I'll be right back. Okay. So the designing, y'all, again, so obsessed with it. So I want to talk about like my journey real quick, and I hope that that this will help you. I want to talk about the idea that you have to stick to one thing, okay? When I first started out on social media, I realized rather quickly that this is my lane in terms of speaking and engaging with people. And I love fashion. I love makeup. You guys know I love the lip bar. Like Boss Lady Red, that's my go-to, okay? If nothing else, get you a Boss Lady Red, okay? I'll show you a picture of me in a Boss Lady Red right there, okay? So I've loved, modeling and showing you guys my fashion and all those things. But more importantly, I love talking. So when I first started out, I thought that motivational speaking was like, that's where it's at for me. Like, that's what I want to do, because I felt forced to put a label on what it is that I wanted to do out here in my content world and in my brand. But what I noticed rather quickly is that though I love fashion, I love trying on clothes, I love showing makeup, I love the inner works too of my journey. And I felt like it's important for me to be able to speak just as much as it is for me to show you some cute clothes. And that's where I started doing the podcast. So if you notice on my YouTube channel, my first few videos were me and fashion and makeup and jewelry and all those different things. And then it kind of started to merge into something else where it was me talking and sharing and, all those different things. 1 second, my son is here. No, I'm recording.
Oh, sorry. I was just asking if I could get some chips.
Okay, get some chips. See you guys. Okay. So my son is 6. Hey, whoa. Come close the door. Look, y'all, when you rock with me, you're going to get the real deal, okay? This is not, no, I'm not a content creator that is professional, whatever. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, I felt like I was pushed into having to define what it is that my purpose is, my goals to be on social media. And I learned rather quickly that didn't work for me. So you'll see me now transitioning into speaking and talking and sharing a lot more here on YouTube. And I love it. I love it. So it kind of led me into that. And then recently, I've been like going on different little trips here and there. I was in Charlotte. I stopped in the 704 shop or 704 store. If you are in the Charlotte area, please go by there. You'll definitely want some little things. I got this hat from there. It has the Queen City logo on the hat. If you can't see it, I'll come in closer. But anyway, and for those of you who are on the podcast, I have on an Army Fatigue hat. It's like a 47 style or 47 brand hat. And it has like a little strap in the back, and it has the Queen City logo on the front. And I love this hat. And I also picked up a little t-shirt. So everywhere I go, I find like little casual finds that I love. And I was in New Orleans, and I was in the airport, and I found this cute little Noya sweater. And I'll show you guys a picture of that sweater here. And for those of you listening, basically it's a crew neck sweatshirt that has Noya, Nola, in patch lettering across the front. So dope, y'all. Like, I cannot wait to wear it. So immediately when I'm shopping, I can imagine myself like in the looks, right? I can imagine myself in the pieces, and it's like, okay, but I might want something funky to go with it, or I might want to like add a little shirt that has like a little graphic or a little color. And then it's like, okay, I need a design. I designed my mug. I love my mug. Again, thank you guys so much for your support in the mug. And if you're not familiar with the mug is my motto for the season that I'm in. It says "In Full Bloom." Here's a picture of it right here. And it has peonies wrapped all the way around the mug. And "In Full Bloom" is what it says across the mug. And "In Full Bloom," it simply means when you're in a space. For me, I'm in a season where I am growing and I'm realizing my growth. It's one thing to grow and you don't recognize your growth, or it's almost like when you're losing weight, it takes somebody else to tell you that you're losing weight for you to realize you're losing weight. Okay, yeah, like that. But when you get to the next step of realizing it for yourself, that's where the true proud feeling that you have for yourself, it starts to come out, and you really recognize how far you've grown and how far God has brought you. And that's where I'm at. It's not about being perfect. It's not about, being at the highest level that you want to be at. It's about the growth that you're in at this point. So check out the In Full Bloom mugs if you are interested in grabbing one. I would love for you to have one and connect with me in that way. And I do want to just throw this out there. As I start designing, you guys are going to see more from me, right? But I don't want you guys to ever feel any pressure to buy anything from me or grab anything from me, because ultimately I feel like my gifts are going to be like just impacting you all, impacting people, touching hearts. So if you like a design, grab it. But if you don't, still come visit me, still come share with me, still come connect with me, because that's what I want to do. I want to connect. So I just want to throw that out there. But it made me think, I want to design stuff for girls like me. I want to design things for the girl who likes a little extra, or might want a little bit of color, or might want a little bit of design in her little day-to-day looks, because most of the time I dress casual. So you'll find me with a hat on. You'll find me with like a legging on, but you'll also find me with other little accessories, whether it's sunglasses, whether it's a tote like this one, or some cute funky sneakers like my Chloe sneakers. Like, I love having a little bit of like pizzazz, on the everyday look. So that's what I'm merging into. So if you're following, I started with, wanting to speak and sharing stories out on Instagram, right? Sharing fashion, and then it led me into thinking, okay, I want to be a motivational speaker. I'm going to label myself as a motivational speaker, okay? And then now here I am in this season, and I'm realizing that God wants more for me. God wants more for me. I don't have the answers yet to where God is taking me, but I know that He's taking me and moving me in the direction that is in His light. Because if not, it wouldn't be organically happening. And I want to talk about today, like, how to let that happen, okay? How to allow yourself to just embrace the journey, embrace the process, because everybody shares like where they are now and how they did it, but you really have to learn how to embrace the process. So the first thing about embracing the process is knowing that you're not going to have all the answers, okay? So I shared this on my Instagram. when I started designing these totes, I didn't realize like to what magnitude it would move me, right? How it would encourage me or how it would push me into the direction of designing. But I knew I loved doing it. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, I woke up in the morning, I was excited about getting through the day so that at night I could start working on some designs and I could see just what else can I create? What else can I do? And I knew that that energy was just pure energy of something that I was doing for myself. And I didn't think about selling them, but then I thought about it. I was like, you know what, these are too good not to share out. I have to find a way to be able to share these out with other people. And it led me to thinking like, okay, maybe this is something I can look into. How can I get these out? But I want to talk about the fact that I have no clue. Like, y'all, I have no design background. I have no e-commerce background. I have none of those things. I am not a major influencer yet, okay? Because we're going to be careful about our words, yet. But I just know that I enjoy doing it. So because I enjoy doing it so much, what is it making me do? It's making me research. It's making me get on YouTube, look at videos. It's making me get on Canva and try things on Canva. It's making me look into master classes so I can figure out the do's and don'ts and how other people has done it and what might work for me. It's naturally causing me to look for answers for myself. But not only am I looking for the answers for myself, God is opening up the doors of my mind to be able to be in a place to want to look into it for myself. Okay, so let me take a step back. The step back I'm going to take is understanding that before, like last year, you could not have told me that one, I would be on Canva, just planning Canva and putting a mug out there to the world, for the world to see. And I'm saying world because it's on the internet, the World Wide Web. So whether or not millions of people have seen them, it's out there and people could see them, right? I wouldn't have done that a year ago, right? So the fact that I'm doing it now shows the growth in that. But I take it a step further. Not only would I wouldn't have done that, I would have been fearful of what other people might say about it, right? And that alone was crippling. The idea that someone else could possibly judge me or say they don't like it was something that would have kept me from wanting to put myself out there. It could be for you. It could be I want to bake. I want to really start a little bakery shop. I love making cupcakes. I love cooking. Everybody comes to my house for the occasions, and they love my sweets. They love them. But, you know, I don't want to sell these because I don't know if everybody else will like them. Maybe my family's just being nice to me. You start using your brain to talk yourself out of it. You start trying to find reasons why it might not be. It's scary for you to get out there for other people. But let me tell y'all something. There is power in doing what you feel good about. Okay, the power behind doing what you feel good about is that if no one else even sees these tote bags, if no one else gets this bag, I love wearing it. I love carrying it. I carried it and I felt so good about it, and it was for me. And it takes away that idea that everybody on this planet is going to think like you. Everybody is going to love what you have. The true passion and purpose has to be within yourself. You have to want to do it and love doing it for yourself. So if you love babysitting kids and you love being around children and it brings you joy and you just want to do it, if you start doing that with all the passion and purpose that you have, imagine what you'll open yourself up to. And imagine what you allow yourself to do when you surrender to the idea that that is the space for you. Okay, so that leads me next into surrendering, right? You have to surrender to your gift. I think a lot of us are embarrassed to say what we really want to do because, of course, society, our parents, our family, our friends may have boxed us into an idea of what we need to be doing or what we should be doing or what sounds like a real job or what's a respectable title. All these different things have caused us to believe that we have to only be in a certain role. And so we're embarrassed to say like, well, actually, no, I really love making smoothies. I love for people to taste my smoothie. I love for the fruit. I love the smell of the fruit. When I wake up in the morning, I'm excited about how bright and vibrant the fruit is. I love the taste of fruit. I love the health elements that I get from eating fruit. And I love making them for people. What's wrong with that? There is nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, because you love doing it so much, other people are going to see that you love doing it so much, and therefore they're going to be drawn to you. My sister, a good sister of mine, said to me, she was like, Shanae, no matter what you do, people are going to love you and love to support you because of your authenticity, the reason behind you. And that made me feel good, because I don't ever want to come off like I'm just wanting to make money, or I'm just out here just sharing things. I want to be a person who is an example of what real looks like, and how struggle looks like, and what journey looks like. So this is me in a small space, right? And that's okay. But when I get to a larger space, I want to believe that people will have seen me start here and be able to appreciate what it took for me to get there, so that they can too understand that they can do it too, right? It's the passion, it's the purpose, it's the reason behind everything that you do that will drive your success. So surrender to what your gift is. Surrender to whatever it may be, no matter how silly it might be. If you like being a clown, be a clown. Be the best clown you can be. Because one thing I believe is that God will provide all our needs. There's not been a time that he has not provided for us. There has not been a time that he did not make a way for us. There has not been a time we didn't have an answer. Whether we liked the answer or not, the answer was given to us. And so when you start to think about that, when you start to think about up until this point, I've been through so many things. I've been through so much that I never thought that I would make it through. And I made it through it. Why would I not make it now? You know more. You've experienced more. You've grown closer to yourself. Why would you not be successful? So you have to start, and I said this in another episode, you have to say, why not me? Or what's the best thing that can happen, right? And I say that to myself constantly, because I am one who struggles. I teeter. I can be up 1 minute, and then I can go like a thought or an emotion can bring me right back down, and doubt starts to try to creep in. But that's the enemy. That's the enemy, because I know that I can be whatever I want to be. I have the determination, the tools, the gifts God has granted me, and I know that I will not fail. And then I also want to, this is the last point I'm going to make right here. I want you to be okay with whatever should come. Okay, so I've already let you know that God didn't fail us. God has always been with us along the way. But be okay with accepting whatever should come. Accept where the path may lead you. And when you get into that space, into that era, start praying for that space. I was listening to Tyler Perry, and he was talking about the song "This Little Light of Mine," and he talked about the fact that his mom used to sing that song, and he made the point to say that everybody has a light. Everybody has a light within them, and all you have to do is let your light shine out. And when you use your light to shine out, and it's going to take you to a different path, instead of resisting where it's taking you, wherever you get to with that light, just pray for that season that you're in. So let's say for me, I'm designing totes, right? And now I'm in a point where I'm like, wow, how can I get these out to people? So I'm doing my research, and I'm trying to find a manufacturer that can design these totes just the way I want them, and I want them to be perfect as much as I can be for you all, right? And it may lead me to a manufacturer who not only produces totes, but they produce hats. And I'm like, okay, God, I thought I was doing totes, but these hats are really, really calling me. But God, I thought you wanted me to stay, with just two things, God. I don't know if I can take on hats, because God, I don't know if, you start doing the I don't know game. But instead, I'm going to pray and say, Lord, I got an opportunity to have hats now, God. God, how would you have me to do this? How would you have me to put this out, God? How will I, God, show me how to prioritize my time, God. Show me the doors that you're going to open for me as I start to create, God. Make sure you, God, bring the people in my life that will help me and strengthen me along the way on my journey. Just start praying through that thing. And as you pray, just trust that it's going to work out. So even for me now with the totes, I've done this, and I know that God is a reason why my mind and my heart went to these, right? And this is a small example for some of you all, because you may have big dreams. So no matter how small or how big, I hope this is going to apply to you too, okay? So knowing that you've done this step, you've already taken a step to, I've designed the totes. I gotta be open, right, to where this may lead me, knowing that I don't have all the answers to where I want to go, but knowing that this is happening for a reason. I designed these for a reason. This is the start of something new in this season, right now in this time. Because who says that I would only design totes, right? God might have for me something bigger. I might have a line of things, right? I might have a whole designer line of different things, right? But for now, where I'm at with the totes, let me lean into how I can best make these the best thing for me right now. And so I just want to encourage you and let you know that there is space and opportunity out here, no matter what people say about a niche. No matter what people say about a market that is just overpopulated market or oversaturated market, what God has for you is for you. What God has for me is for me. Okay, what he had for me back in 1999 when I was 9 years old was for me. What he has for me in 2023 is for me. So we have to know that, declare that, believe that, and then walk into it knowing that whatever should come from it is only getting you closer to your passion, to your purpose, right? And believe it, right? So I want that for all of us. I want us to all feel that level of comfort knowing that God has our hand in our journey and that we have to do what feels right for us. We have to surrender to the process of it. We have to surrender to not knowing all the answers and believe that the answers will come. They will come, okay? All right, y'all. So thank you for sticking in there with me. Again, remember to follow me on social media. I'll greatly appreciate it. Share this video. Please share this video with somebody you know. I really want to get to 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And that's a goal of mine. But I also want you to love it here. So don't subscribe if you're not feeling led to. But if you feel led to, click the subscribe button and be back here for a little bit more of the Pink Elephant. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later. Time is of the essence. I try to